Hello. Hello. Hello, how's it going? Hi, hello. I can say hello all I want. It is Tuesday, my dudes. That's what's happening right now. And you know that, thanks to Milo. Hello, everybody. How's it going? My name is Endeavorance. It is Tuesday, February 18th. Hell yeah. Also a year in there somewhere. Who can remember? I regret to inform you. I regret to regretfully inform you that there is no boy today. Well, there's this boy, but there's not a second boy. I don't have the dog out here today. And I have a good reason for it. I'm not happy about the reason for it, but I have a good reason for it. I don't know why I'm moving my mic so much. It's just like not in the position that I want it to be in. But there's no dog today because I am in the midst of doing a bunch of like putting things together, and there's just a lot of small objects kind of strewn about just off camera over that way. I just cannot be policing the dog while streaming. So I don't want to accidentally find out that, oh, I've got some hardware missing, but I have extra hardware in the dog. I don't want that situation. So unfortunately, no dog today. But I will get to saying hi in a second. I do want to tell you this means nothing to anyone. You will not care. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you a thing. You're not going to care about it. All right. But I'm excited to say it. So here we go. I've been working on a server rack. I have like a small home server rack, like a home lab kind of thing that I got recently that I've been like reworking and reconsolidating all of my like networking equipment and various just like spare computers that are servers and Raspberry Pis and like network storage devices and stuff, all in one nice box that's also properly cooled. So I used to have it all just kind of strewn about, just out and about, and now it's actually all in one little spot. It even has like a little window, like a door that locks with a little key. Is neat. Turns out, those are not particularly prohibitively expensive. I mean, like they're not cheap, but you can get like a small server rack thingy that's like big enough for what I need. But it's like, I don't know, it's like yay tall, yay wide, yay deep, maybe. About the size of like a small end table. And it's got the little like racks on it, so I can like install various racks. So I actually found a installable rack that can house 4 Raspberry Pis. And like including like additional storage capacity and whatnot for them. So that's neat. It's fun. It's a nice little thing to tinker with. It's a nice intersection of me being a total dweeb and nerd, but also wanting to do something physical. Like I like when I can do something and then see the output of it, right? Like visibly see and feel the output of what I have done. To that degree, like chopping wood is one of my favorite pastimes. Like I fucking love chopping wood because it's a fun activity, and at the end you've split wood. I did something. I had a material impact on the world. I think most programmers get this way after a while. I think it's why basically every programmer I've ever met has the same end goal, which is make enough money to never have to do programming again and just go retire on a farm somewhere. All right. Okay. I'm going to say hello to people, and then I'm going to catch up on chat, and then we're going to do things, and it's going to be a good stream, and I've got tea. It's good time. So, hello to Bloodless Bun. Hello, Inner Corgi. Hello, Only Tom Will Tell. Hello, Opossum Ollie. Hello, Attain. Hello, Thomas Stevens. Athom
Hello.
Tevens. I'm pretty sure that's it. Hello, Milo. Hello, Jack. Hello, Zimmer Zero. Hello, Franch. Hello, Uncivilized Dan, Lauro Borges, Ice Cream Socialist, Itty Bitty Pixels, Soy Choi, Overreacting, Sasamir, Grish Hammer, Quentin Gell, Mr. Beans, Lucy is Stupid, and I was counting all of the demons, and I got all the way up to the DJth one, and now they're here. So hello to all y'alls. How's it going? Everybody having a good morning? Having a good week so far? I'm actually kind of having a decent week so far. Yesterday was pretty good. Let's see. Thank you for the follow from Pariah 6290, Quentin Gell, Saint Vibes, Athom Ass Tevens. Thank you for the follow. Lucy is stupid and Lucy is annoying. Wait a minute. I'm very confused. Wait, what? Hold on. Who's Lucy and why are we so mean? Why are we so mean to Lucy? What did Lucy do to deserve this? God damn. Anyway. Noth El Angu. What's up? Welcome in. This is the stream in which I do absolutely nothing to actually say someone's name properly. Y'all. I slept like trash. Isn't that exciting? It's really good. I slept like a garbage can, which is cool because I specifically tried everything I could do to actually get some decent sleep last night, and it didn't work. So that's really fun. Sasamir75, thank you for the sub. You make having not slept very well last night much better. Hater of Lucy. Wow, we hate Lucy. Lucy is really just fucking taking a beating today. I don't even know who Lucy is, but hey, Lucy, get fucking wrecked, honestly. God damn. Poor Lucy. But Lucy had it coming, frankly. Who the fuck is Heather? I woke up at 2 a.m. Yeah, I was up at, I want to say 3:30 or 4. It's hard to say, because, like, I wake up, I, like, roll around and lie to myself about being able to actually get back to sleep, and then I eventually just get up and deal with it. So I got up this morning at, like, 5, I think I actually got up, and then fucking Flynn, my dog, was not understanding why I was up. He was like, why are we awake? Why are we doing this? Why are we... What? I mean, thanks for the food, but I don't actually want to be awake right now. So he ended up just flopping everywhere, basically for 3 hours until he was like, okay, now it's actually okay. We can be awake now. Meanwhile, I was just suffering. Oh, I get to show this off. Okay, let's see. This should be fun. I want to talk about what I've been working on that I keep alluding to and haven't actually been able to show anything for it. So y'all are here at a special time. You're gonna see it. This is the first reveal of anything about this, kind of. Here we go. I'm gonna reveal it by saying y'all should check out Many Worlds Tavern, which I have partnered with. You can get 10% off of your purchase if you like coffee or tea. They do amazing stuff. But check this out. That didn't work. Yeah, well, fuck. God damn it. Oh well. It didn't show up. I'm so sad. Any command that actually gets it to say something. Can I lurk? Will that work? Will a lurk work? Nope. Okay, well, I'll fix it late. I'll fix it next time. Y'all didn't get to see the cool thing. Haha. Anyway, the cool thing that you were supposed to see. I can hydrate. The cool thing that you were supposed to see that didn't work is, I mean, it was working in chat. It's just not showing in stream. So, for those who can see the actual chat, not the stream chat, apologies for anybody watching the VOD, you'll notice that the bot is not my account anymore. The bot used to be driven by my account, but is instead a new one called Stardust Relay. So here's the thing. I've been working on a thing called the Stardust Relay, because that name fucking slaps, which is the next iteration of Campfire. So if you are a member of my Discord community, which you absolutely should be, you should join my Discord. If you are in my Discord, you probably know about Campfire. Campfire is a custom bot in our Discord that is just like a fully from scratch custom bot. I wrote it, and it powers our community. It is I refer to it as our community operating system. It was originally just a Discord bot, and then it started to have like more and more functionality, and then I built a like small RPG into the community that is run through Campfire. Campfire also powers our community hub website called The Lodge. If you go to lodge.camp, if you're in my Discord community, you can log in with your Discord, you can play the game there, you can browse people's profiles, you can do all sorts of stuff. All of that's powered by Campfire. Campfire is going to evolve, and the next evolution.
Wait. Look who just subscribed.
Yo, DJ Demon, now a subscriber. Thank you so much. Thank you. So Campfire is evolving and turning into the Stardust Relay, or rather, Campfire is our campground's connection to the Stardust Relay. The Stardust Relay is a concept of mine that's basically a big bridge between all of the services that I give a shit about and largely my community gives a shit about to some degree. The idea being I want to have deep integrations across all of the places that you can find my content and also find community. And I want those deep integrations to be available to people beyond just me. So, for example, when I go live on Twitch, right now you can actually see in our Discord channel that the Campfire bot will post an alert saying like, hey, Endeavorance is live, you can watch the stream here. When this is ready, which it's still in a pretty early beta right now, but when this is ready, anyone in my Discord server who has connected their Twitch account will have that functionality automatically. So it'll post saying, hey, you've gone live. It'll post that to Discord. But that's not very interesting, right? Because like that exists already. Everybody has that. Going further, Campfire already is connected to and able to post to Mastodon on your behalf. So when you go live, you'll be able to have Campfire post to the Discord server saying, hey, you've gone live, as well as posting to your Mastodon account if you're on the astral.camp Mastodon. And I'm also working on Blue Sky integration. So in theory, by just being a member of my community, you'll be able to link your Twitch account and you have built-in automatic cross-platform go live notifications for Mastodon, Blue Sky, and then ideally I want to integrate more services, maybe Tumblr, maybe definitely YouTube, stuff like that. Beyond that, this chat system right here is entirely and has this whole time been powered by the relay. So this is actually powered by the thing that I'm talking about right now, which is a system that sits in between us and Twitch. So Twitch has been for like a few months now forwarding data to Campfire, and then Campfire mucks around with that data and like normalizes it, makes sense of what it's seeing, and connects any relevant events to the camper profile of anybody in my community. So that is why you'll see there are people's like Discord avatars next to their names. And also if you've set up a pronoun right here, this pronoun was set up at the Lodge, the community hub app. So your settings from the relay get pulled in and displayed in this chat. This was built using the Stardust Relay client, which I'm going to be releasing open source. You'll be able to, for anybody who has technical chops, it is written in TypeScript, specifically on top of Bun, but it's also written in TypeScript to be isomorphic. So you'll be able to write client-side and server-side apps using the Stardust Relay, and the only thing you need is an access token, which you'll be able to generate at the Lodge. So you'll be able to go to the Lodge, generate a token, and then that one token you'll be able to plug in to any app that someone has made that works with the relay, and you'll be able to make use of it. All of that to say, once this is done, once this is ready, anybody in my community could just plug their token into this chat app that I've built and have this same thing work in their stream with zero further configuration. And it'll pull all of this stuff. It'll pull the pronouns, the profile pictures, the preferred display names, all of it, everything. It'll just work with your channel. And all you do is connect to Twitch and then add that thing. So going to be a bridge between a bunch of services, a foundation to build like deeply integrated apps and stream overlays and whatnot on. And the kicker, and I think this is really fun and neat, and we'll see what happens with this. But if you are a member of my community and you're already like doing all that stuff, you're already playing the camp game and whatnot, every action that can be taken in the camp RPG can be automated through the Stardust Relay. So every action, including watering plants, making concoctions, all that stuff, has a relevant command on the Stardust Relay to be able to play the game through the relay, which means you'll be able to play it like in this chat, or you'll be able to write a script that plays it automatically for you. You'll be able to do all sorts of shit. So this is a pretty big project and is the kind of thing that someone usually charges a lot of money for. But I am specifically building it for me and my community, and I am directly benefiting from it and building it as a just like thing for people. So it's not going to cost money. It's going to be completely free. And I hope that anyone besides me will find it useful. So we'll see. But it's been a thing that I've been dumping a lot of effort into for a long time. And what I was excited to reveal it as is the Stardust Relay bot account shows up with like a really fancy special display in the chat. So when the bot says something, it's very noticeable. It's pretty fun. So that's cool. You can literally, it takes like 4 lines of code using the client to just like make a little app that streams Twitch chat to a terminal output or whatever. Literally 4 lines of code. And I'm very, very, very proud of that. Yeah. Having gone through, so for those who are relatively new to my stream, I previously built a much more in-depth custom overlay. And essentially what I have done is taken what I learned from that, went back to the drawing board, and am trying to build the foundation to make highly interactive digital community integrations better. That is my goal. Okay, reading chat. Stop talking about this abstract ass thing. What is it written in mostly? It is almost entirely TypeScript. It also, the chat app specifically is written in Svelte, which has spoiled the fuck out of me. I've spent over a decade, about a decade writing React. I was working with React like right when it came out, like within a month of it originally releasing, and I have been wanting to switch to Svelte for a while, and Svelte 5 recently came out, and I am spoiled. So for literally everyone who's watching this right now who has no idea what the words I'm saying fucking mean, I'm sorry. I'm just nerding out right now. One language and framework to rule them all, and with the token bind them. Hello. You're not wrong. Ideally, so it is also built on top of just like an HTTP interface, so it doesn't have to be in TypeScript/JavaScript. Like anyone who really wants to could make a client that works with the relay in whatever language. It just uses HTTP and WebSockets. Jack says, I definitely want to start using it when I get the nerve to start streaming. Awesome. Well, I mean, like, I'm hoping it'll be somewhat ready in the next few weeks to at least go to beta. The main thing I'm working with right now is ensuring that all the privacy and like user information and whatnot is handled properly. So, for example, one of the cool things about the relay is that it lets you listen for events that happen. So I can say, hey, whenever somebody chats on my Twitch channel, do this. So for example, that's how this chat works. Whenever someone chats on my Twitch channel, add a new chat entry to the list. That's all this is. This is a very small app. Very, very tiny. It says, whenever someone chats, give me the info and I'll put it on this list of chats. But you can do that for any event that can occur. So like Discord messages and vibe checks that have been added through the vibe check system in the Campgrounds Discord, or any kind of thing that can happen on any of these services. A new Mastodon post, for example. Each of those events is either like private or public, and I'm making sure that you only have access to things that are yours or public. So if it's a Mastodon post that you posted publicly, that's public. If it's a message that you sent to someone, that's private, and only you will see it. So making sure all that's in place, making sure that's all tested and strong and secure and whatnot, before releasing it. But I'm really fucking excited. It's pretty neat. Epic Failure says, good work. I'm not techie, so half of this sounds like another language, but the functionality sounds dope. Yeah. So the idea is just I'm building an abstract digital community application platform, which doesn't make any sense unless you're a big dweeb like me. But I will probably be expanding the computer lab section of the Astral Campgrounds Discord to have a like building stuff for the relay section where, you know, we can do like labs and shit. We can do coding sessions. Branch says, I got my CS degree in 97. Am old. I mean, not a lot has changed, honestly. Like, the only thing that has changed is what languages and frameworks are relevant, but people are still having the same arguments over the same things and still just having holy wars over if we should be using tabs or spaces and if functional or imperative programming is better. I forgot I had beef sticks in my pocket. Somebody want a beef stick? Ben says, hello, really bad snowstorm on Sunday. 32 inches. How are you guys doing? Holy damn. 32 inches of snow. That is a lot. Beef. That is wild. That is a lot. I have fond memories of a blizzard around that scale where the local like dive bar had essentially a like we will be open policy, not out of a we're going to be shitty to our employees or anything like that, but we are a long-standing institution and like the watering hole here and like the community center basically. So despite this absurd blizzard, we're going to make every effort to be open. They actually paid to put their bartenders up in nearby hotel rooms before the blizzard hit so that they could be able to still walk in and get there, just so that they could still be open. Which was awesome because everyone was fucking losing their minds being trapped inside, and we would just be like putting on a full outdoor snow trekking getup and walking over to the bar and getting in there. But to get in there was so much snow, and once it was plowed out of the street especially and like made mountains of snow, we dug a tunnel through a mound of snow to get to the bar, which that is. I've never seen a stronger case for humanity just prevailing in the harshest conditions. Regardless of the fact that I had to dig my way through a mountain of snow, I still got my beer. Scala says, I'll take a beef stick, just email it to me. Yeah, sure, no problem. I can do that. Teacup Pandemonium says, surprise meat. Milo says, okay, I gotta get back to work. Y'all have fun and behave. When have we ever been misbehaving? When have we ever been misbehaving? Ben says, I think the last time we had this much snow was like 2016. I think that might be around when I had that too. I don't remember. Ratty Paws says, hello, Dev. Longtime lurker. Just want to say thank you for continuing to do what you do in these stressful times. Well, thank you so much and welcome in. Absolutely good to have you. And I always appreciate the lurking, even if y'all are just, if you're out there watching, waiting, always present. I actually do very much appreciate it because if I can hit partner this year, that would be pretty cool. And having any kind of lurker activity helps quite a bit with that because I have a minimum requirement of concurrent viewership that I have to hit, and I'm not currently really hitting that, but that's okay. I don't really care all that deeply about it. I just kind of figured it'll happen if it happens. So, you know. I would use that tunnel. Is it an SSH tunnel? Boo! Let's be honest, Dev, when have we ever behaved? That's fair. I'm pretty sure that if we were all to be nearby in person, the collective term for that group would be called an arson. Like, you know how it's like a flock of seagulls or a murder of crows or a school of fish. I think it would be an arson of goobers is what we would be referred to as. Ollie says, should I get an extra account on my and stream on my laptop too for you? I mean, if you want to, it wouldn't not hurt, but it's not by any means a requirement. It's on me to reach the statistics, not on you to subvert Twitch. We'll see. Like it's a soft goal of mine is Twitch partner this year, and we'll see what happens. I'm not as focused on that as I am on like growing YouTube right now, but Twitch is my primary streaming platform. So it would be nice to have all of the available perks that they offer, which I don't currently have. And that is the primary reason for wanting it. I don't think that becoming a Twitch partner really changes, from what I understand, it doesn't really change everything, you know? Like it doesn't make it so that you suddenly can be comfortable and have consistent nonstop income and whatnot. You get a slightly better payout rate and otherwise like access to partners only stuff. So it's not like it's a transformative thing that I absolutely 100% need. It would just be cool if it happened. I'm gonna have a beef stick. This is Twitch partner material right here. Beef. I'm chewing. Don't make me choke. Jesus Christ. I need a redeem of you just yelling the word arson. Arson! I am choking on a beef stick.
Beef.
I was choking on a beef stick.
Hey,
what can I
yo.
say? If I'm gonna choke on something, let it be a beef stick. Local man inhales the beef.
Praise.
I do be inhaling the beef. It's a talent. What can I say? The bi urge to choke on some beef. How close are you to the viewer requirements? It requires you to have a average viewership of 75 over a certain number of hours. I forget. So it averages over time. I think I'm like technically, like I think my average is above that number right now, but I haven't hit the minimum required streaming time per month to also have the number. Did that make sense? It's like you have to have average of 75 viewers during the past however many hours of streaming, and I haven't streamed enough to meet that second part requirement. But even if you do hit those numbers, it's completely subjective. Like, that's the barrier to apply, but you still have to apply and they have to approve you. And like, I know several people who have reached the requirements more than the requirements, like by 2x or whatever. And they apply and Twitch is just like, nope. Deal with it. Try again in a month. So, we'll see. You are what you eat. I am a beef stick. I'm a hunk of beef. What can I say? You're honestly not that far from it? Yeah, I mean, like, it's... Again, it's just like a thing that I'm hoping will happen naturally. I'm focused much more on just, like, being consistent and being here and doing shit with y'all, because that's what I'm here for. The viewership is very much appreciated, and if it goes up, then great. But, again... Content is the first priority. It's our boy. Hello, Item Transfer. What's up? What's up? How's it going?
Hello.
I do wish I had the boy out here with me though. Informal Goblin. Thank you for the follow. Also, RGZ Mom 10 and Taco X Macho Lady. Thank you. Thank you for the follows. Thank you. And Beeferance. Endeavor Beef. Endeavorance. In deli meat. I ordered a bread machine today. I I want to show you about. I'm going to show you the bread machine that I ordered. Here we go. That. Okay. That's not the browser that I wanted. New window. Okay, let's try this again. Nope, still not. Still not the right one. Okay, well, you know what? I'll just use this one then. I got this. I ordered this. It's a little pricey. I don't love that, but I kind of figure here's the thing. Here's what you need to understand. Is I want a bread machine. And I want bread. I have a giant fucking bag of flour. I have like a 50-pound sack of flour, and I have not been able to get through it with any kind of speed or grace. And so I was like, fuck it. I'll just buy a bread maker and never pay for bread again. So I'm hoping this will pay for itself in like, right now, honestly, a few months. Like bread is fucking expensive right now. It's like $5+ for a loaf of bread. So if this is $300, what do I need? This is $300. I need to make 60 loaves of bread for it to pay for itself, essentially. Right? And if I eat 4 loaves of bread a day, that would mean it pays for itself in 15 days. So, yeah. But yeah, if you're not familiar with like bread machines, they're wild. You just dump stuff into them, right? Like you just dump the ingredients in, and then bread comes out. Like that's it. You just put it in, and then the bread comes out. Look at this. The internal temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, but the room temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. Like, damn. That's some technology. Look, kneading blade for artisanal results. You can be an artisan. This is actually kind of sick. It's got like a nut distribution system, not unlike me. And it can just like release toppings onto the bread when the bread's almost done, or when the bread's cooking to make it like evenly mixed in and shit. So like, that's pretty cool. Your bread's your way. I can make M, L, and XL bread and 3 crust color settings. I can dial in the crust color. Haven't you always wanted this functionality in your life? Like, whomst among us is not dialing in their crust color? And that's gonna be me soon. So yeah, I don't know. I got like sniped by probably some like marketing or something, but I have spent like 5 years having everyone that I know who now has a child, and the only thing that they've got going on in their life otherwise is they got a bread machine recently, and they're like, this is my religion now. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should get a bread machine after all. Like, maybe I should do it. I don't have a child, but I also don't feel like otherwise making bread. So bread machine it is. Everything sourdough bread? Yeah, it can do sourdough. I don't know if I need to make my own sourdough starter for that to work, or if it can do its own making a sourdough starter for me, which would be cool. But the idea of like waking up and just being like, I want fresh bread by lunchtime, and just like dumping some flour, water, and yeast into a machine and hitting go, that sounds pretty nice to me. Sure, this is a family stream. I was just showing you, yeah, it's a family stream. I was showing you a bread maker capable of making bread for the whole family. You should become a salesman between this and the books. I'm going to the poorhouse. I got a referral code for the books shop, and I should probably go look that up at some point and link to it. Whoops. Poppy seeds on everything. Oh, I fucking love poppy seeds. I fucking love poppy seeds. Nut distribution? What about it? Nuts are a great way to add some texture and additional nutrients to your bread loaf. I would think that you would want to have pretty good nut distribution. Are bread machines the new air fryers? I think bread machines are actually the old air fryers. I remember everybody getting hype about bread machines before people getting hype about air fryers. But I did get an air fryer as well, and honestly, it's worth the hype. Because I'm gonna rant about air fryers, okay? I'm gonna rant about air fryers. I'm tired of being told that an air fryer is just a convection oven. Get fucking bent so thoroughly. I want you to have the greatest night of your life getting bent so fucking hard for constantly telling people to stop enjoying their air fryer because it's just a convection oven. We know it's a small and hyper efficient convection oven. I don't want to heat up my entire convection oven. Like, my oven has a convection button, but I'm not gonna heat up the whole thing just to toast some bread. I don't use a toaster. The air fryer can handle that. It can do all sorts of stuff. And it's fast and it blows the air really hard, and it does make a meaningful difference in what comes out of the machine. I had family who had a toaster oven that had an air fryer mode, right? And I'm like, that's not gonna be the same thing. Like, it's not the same, because the air fryers are like a small little thing and with a fan that's blowing the heat directly at the food, really high power. A toaster oven with an air fryer button, it just does convection. It's not going to have the same results. And of course, when I said like, oh, it's not going to be the same, they're like, I'm sure it's going to be fine. They went to try to go make some fries in there, and all they got was hot, limp potato fingers. That's not what we want. I want crisp and fast, mostly fast. So the point that I'm trying to make here is, I've been mad about this for a long time because I got my air fryer. It is legitimately nicer to use than using my fucking convection oven, and uses less energy to do so, and is faster and more convenient. And then I get told by people that I'm stupid for this because it's just a convection oven, as if I fell for some marketing and not am making use of this device which has specific properties about it that make it different from other devices. Imagine someone being like, oh, crock pots are useless because you can just put a pot in your oven. That's not the same thing. Also, what about people who don't have ovens? Also, what about people who don't have a lot of counter space and need a small footprint device that lets them cook things? The worst is the cooking influencers. Like home chef influencers are the fucking worst about it, because they're always like all high and mighty about why it's so ridiculous to use, you know, some kitchen gadget that absolutely helps somebody, and they're like, you're a fucking moron if you use this. Some people just want to get their food cooked so they can eat it. Some people just want to be able to throw some dino nuggies in the air fryer, hit a button, and stop thinking about it so that they can eat some food. That's literally it. And yeah, there's definitely a category of chef influencer who is like much more open-minded and understanding that everyone is coming to the table with quite literally with a different background and level of interest in even cooking in the first place. But the ones who are like, the ones who bitch and moan about people jumping on a kitchen trend or whatever, like, you are literally a kitchen trend setter. That is the point of what you do. If you can't see why people are enjoying this thing, then maybe you need to pick a different fucking job. It's like I'm a programmer, right? Like, that is primarily what I have done with my life. I do content creation now, but the vast majority of my life, and still now, I love programming. There was absolutely a period of time where I was all high and mighty about it, and I had capital O opinions about what operating system you used and what programming languages you used. Anyone who comes at me now and tries to state that like some programming language is dumb or bad, or some operating system is dumb or bad, and people who use it are not real programmers or whatever, get out of here. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that to people. That's so useless. It doesn't help anyone. Like, curate people's interests in something. If someone's showing interest and the first thing you do is tell them that they're dumb for being interested in that specific thing, they don't know what they don't know, and also, you're just stifling their interest. Why would you tell someone, don't do that? It's dumb, because I have been doing this for a long time and have enough experience to understand why I might actually think that. But a newcomer has no fucking idea. And they're just like, oh, okay, I'll do something else, I guess. But I don't know why or what. And also the people who are usually saying that something is bad, dumb, or useless are like right in that Dunning-Kruger peak, right? Where they think that they know what they're talking about. So they think that they are able to conclusively state, like, this is the best operating system, this is the best programming language, and this programming language is bad. That tells me that you have not really gotten to the next phase, which is abstracting your attachment to a given programming language, or in the case of the home chef stuff, a cooking device, abstracting that back out and seeing what you do as a trade. And the tools that you use are just the tools that you use. And whatever is available is the best tool. You know, whatever tools you have, the best tool among the current tools that you can choose from is the best tool you have, and you work with what you got. And that's okay. Like, a carpenter is not going to walk in to a wood shop needing to make something and see that they have a different brand of power tools than they usually use and be like, well, fuck this. Everyone here is terrible because they use Ryobi or they use whatever. I mean, Ryobi does kind of suck, but that's more of a product quality situation. The point I'm trying to make here is don't gatekeep. If you're an expert, don't gatekeep. And that goes for like everything. Don't tell people what kitchen appliances that they're dumb for using. Don't tell people that they should be using a certain operating system when they're learning programming or whatever. And it goes for everything. Like, just don't gatekeep. But that's my rant. I started on air fryers. I went to programming languages and then a wood shop. My favorite internet comment is, why not just use blank? Like it's some kind of gotcha moment. Yeah, there's a very, like a meme level common phrase among programming, like Q&A boards, where someone's like, hey, I'm trying to do this very specific thing. I'm trying to do it this very specific way. I know it's not ideal, but like I just need it to work this way. And like the top comment will always be, well, you shouldn't do it that way. It's like, okay. Oh, we gotta hydrate? I can do that. There's a saying in photography, the best camera is the one you have on you. Yeah, absolutely. And that just goes for everything. It goes for... Hello, Alex's Voices. Welcome in. How's it going? It's infuriating to have people who think that they are experts not understand how communication as an expert works. Like, if you are an expert, that means that someone who's listening to you is looking up to your opinion and taking it to heart. If someone trusts your opinion, they are going to listen to what you have to say, and they're going to hold on to that so much more strongly than anything else that they've heard about the same subject matter. And it's going to take a lot more effort to break down a poorly constructed opinion that you've kind of like bestowed onto somebody. So if someone trusts you and you're the one helping them through the beginnings of learning something, and you tell them, you know, well, this is dumb. Don't do that, because you've already experienced everything you need to experience to understand that, internalize it, and know all the reasons why you shouldn't do something a certain way, even if it could work. Let people experience those failures too. You know, let people experience how they can rationalize going about doing something, and then if it's not ideal, show them how to make it more ideal later. But let them accomplish something first, you know? If you're a home chef, like a home chef person, right? Let's go back to that example. If you are encouraging people to get into cooking and whatnot, and someone's using a shitty pan. Don't tell them that they shouldn't cook until they get like the best possible pan. Like, that's absurd. Sucking at something is the first step to not sucking as much. Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of us, myself included, get scared off of something if we try it and we're not good at it relatively quickly. I am definitely at fault for that myself. It's why I liked skateboarding so much. I got into skateboarding when I was younger, and it was because I stepped onto a skateboard and had no trouble at all balancing on it. And I was like, oh, cool. Guess I'll do this. I guess this is my whole personality now. Oops, ADHD? Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean I just started it and I can't do it perfectly? Yeah, it's real. That's so fucking real. Especially things that like I wanted to do. I got a Christmas present a while back. It was a wonderful Christmas present. It was a coupon for an introductory lathe class at a woodworking studio that I was going to. You know, lathes, they're the thing that like takes a block of wood and spins it really, really quickly, and then you like put a knife up to it and you carve it. So I did like an intro to lathe class, and I was so excited for it. I was so looking forward to it, and turns out it's hard. Turns out using a lathe actually takes a lot of like practice and focus, and I didn't get it immediately. And there was like 2 other people in my class, both of whom were having a bit of an easier time. Not an easier time, but they were having more success than I was, and I was getting so frustrated that I couldn't figure it out, and it just like I couldn't get past it. I was like, I'm learning this thing that I've been looking forward to trying to learn for a long time, and it's so cool and I'm excited, and I just got frustrated that it wasn't working perfectly for me. Love lathes. Yeah, they're cool. You can do some really neat stuff with it. They're also terrifying. Really, really fucking scary. Who's playing with the days? Where did Monday go? That's my bad. I'm sorry, I ate it. I got kind of hungry. So I got the beef sticks. So I don't eat any more days. DJ says, I want to learn all those machines like lathes and bandsaws and things. Bandsaws are also scary, but cool. Yeah, you should definitely see if you have a community wood shop available around you somewhere. That's how I learned a lot of stuff. I got a pass to a like local club woodworking thing that had just like a bunch of really nice gear just available, and you just had to like pay a subscription. It was like having a gym membership but for a wood shop.
Hello.
Pottery? Oh my god. Throwing pottery is so fucking hard. Hi, Saint Laura. Do you agree that throwing pottery is hard? Like, god damn. I tried that once, and I don't know if I'll ever try it again. I was humbled. I get that feeling. That was me with cooking and baking. It took multiple restarts to get over that beginner hump I wasn't used to. Oh god, yeah. Oh god. I've tried a few times trying to get into like caring about cooking. I can cook. I can cook good, I think, in my opinion. I have a really hard time following recipes because like ADHD, working memory stuff. But I've tried to be like, okay, it's worth dealing with recipes if I can like get really good at this. I can't get myself over that hump of like finding some aspect of cooking that makes it less painful given how stressful I find following a recipe. So I usually try to just cook things I don't have to follow a recipe for, but glassblowing is cool. Glassblowing is cool. Glassblowing is sick. I was just at a glassblowing museum 2 days ago, Sunday. Unbelievable. Y'all ever see that? What's that thing called? That glassblowing thing? Like an atom drop glass blow strong drop thing. What is it? Prince Rupert's drop. Yeah. All right. Hey. Look at the physics. Can we dark mode? Okay. Hello, Millie Bear. How's it going? Okay. Rupert's drops are wild. They are a like physics thing where they look like this, and they are essentially like intensely strong glass, like because of like their like structure or whatever. It's like very, very, very difficult to shatter them. I think you can easily shatter them from like one specific spot. These droplets are characterized internally by very high residual stresses, which give rise to counterintuitive properties, such as the ability to withstand a blow from a hammer or a bullet on the bulbous end without breaking, while exhibiting explosive disintegration if the tail end is even slightly damaged. In nature, similar structures are produced under certain conditions in volcanic lava known as Pele's Tears. Oh, shit. Yeah, so that, like, this long tail thing, if you even, like, slightly touch it, it'll just... But the bulbous part, you can literally smash it with a hammer. I saw it in one of those hydraulic press videos, and it just didn't give a shit. It was like, I don't care about this hydraulic press. Fuck. Okay. Closed the wrong tab. I love those hydraulic press videos. I mean, how can you not? But I love those things. Actual physical example of how I deal with chaos versus the one tiny thing that happens in life. We are all Rupert's drops. What can I say? It literally dents the hydraulic press. Oh god, it's good shit. Yo, we love physics. We love physics here. So, you know. Kryptonite says, I watched a glassblower at the Ren Fair. He deliberately popped a glass bubble, and you could see the shockwave shoot out. That's scary. That's kind of scary. Also, I love Ren Fair and need to go ever. I haven't been in so goddamn long. I love the hydraulic press ones with the candy where they squirt out the holes. I love seeing those like compilation videos of like all the different things being pressed, and it's like, okay, which of these is going to feel just so satisfying and which of these are going to suck? I really don't like the ones that just like explode. Like it hits something and the thing just shatters. Sometimes it's okay, but I'm looking for a good squish that results in a fail point that then explodes. I want to see some compression. I want to see some squish. And if we're not going to get the kind that like shoots up through the holes, I want to see it eventually collapse. I don't want to just see it get touched and then poof. Monkey Brain likes watching things go flat. I do like watching things go flat. It's very good. Too crispy equals no fun. You know what? Fuck you. Removes your strong nuclear force. Whoa. Whoa now. Give that back. I'm not going to be sitting here with a simple weak nuclear force, all right? Get out of here. Sorry, there's a very loud sound happening outside that was distracting me. The one where they put live bullets in a hydraulic press was entertaining. Y'all ever see... There was a wonderful old school YouTube series called Is It a Good Idea to Microwave This? And I'm sad that I just called that an old school YouTube series, but it's true. It's a series that was like... It was really like... It was emblematic of early stage YouTube series, right? It was just like some dudes, and they had a bunch of microwaves, and every once in a while they would like take one room of this guy's house or his garage or whatever. They like lined it with aluminum foil, which they were like, this is to protect our nuts. And they would take a microwave and microwave something you shouldn't microwave, like dynamite. Like that's where they ended up getting, like, it was like, you know, action figures, a CD, stuff like that. And it eventually got to like explosives and like fireworks. The finales were always like, we're going to do something that's just going to destroy this microwave. But they had like a big collection of microwaves because they were constantly destroying them. And they would just like microwave stuff until it went catastrophic and then run in and douse the fire and whatnot. Very, very, very good series. I remember the episode with the dynamite. They instead of being at their usual house, for obvious reasons, they put a microwave in like the middle of a quarry. Like it was in like a big dugout, just like rock slate field. and they like had a big extension cord to plug into, put a stick of dynamite in the microwave, and then like remote started it and ran. It just detonated virtually immediately. Anyway, yeah. God, I miss. There's some really good early YouTube shit that I very dearly miss. Rip. Father Hell. That and Will It Blend? Oh my God, yeah, Will It Blend? That was really good too. And Ask a Ninja. Woo. Have you seen the overpowered microwave videos? I have. Oh, I think so. I think I've seen one of those in passing. Ice Cream Socials, you heading out? Take care. Be well. Be good. How long did it take for it to go boom? It was fast. Like like a second. Hello, Absurd Tobers. What's up? What's up? Welcome in. Real Crazy Sanity says, well, now I know not to put dynamite in a microwave. Yeah, I'm glad that I could save you that
Hey,
that
what? Wait.
question.
Look who just subscribed.
Your tech coach. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. Yeah, anybody who is considering microwaving dynamite, now you don't have to worry about that. It's all good. Ask a Ninja? Wow, that's a throwback. Oh, yeah. Everyone forgets about Ask a Ninja. It's kind of... It's slightly racist, but it's not as bad as it could be. I think the only... the most niche old internet, like, blog slash outlet slash series... Let's see if I can even find this in the first place that I can recall. Before I say the name of it, I'm gonna look it up, see if I can. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, and it's okay. It's not still going, but it is the best, one of the best tumblers out there. So maybe given the general audience here, if y'all, since y'all probably have more Tumblr experience than me, but one of my favorite blogs of all time is Knobfeel. So Knobfeel is a blog dedicated to posting a video demonstrating how various knobs on devices feel when they're being turned. So let's go ahead and hit pause here because we're gonna want to listen to this. So here's a knob.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
So that's one example. Let's see. Let's find another one. Ooh, portable cassette player.
Ooh. Wow. Ooh.
Hey, yo.
Ooh.
A little gasp. He pats it. Oh, this is gonna be a good knob.
Ooh. Ooh.
I don't know if I like the clicking.
Ooh.
No, give me the big knobs. Come on.
Huh?
Oh, give me the big knob. There it is.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh.
You want me to click?
Oh.
Wasn't expecting that. That is a plot twist.
Oh.
I didn't expect it to click. I had no anticipation of the click. Okay, one more. This is gonna be a good one.
Ooh.
Amazing.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
So that's Knobfeel. And that's the kind of internet that I like. Oh, Real Crazy Sanity. Yeah, Real Crazy Sanity. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. Thank you.
You dingus.
The oohs and ahs or amazement. Yeah, like it's just the entire blog for years was just this dude finding various devices that have knobs that are fun to turn and then turning them and rating them by just making a sound that is his reaction. The internet is a beautiful place. It is a beautiful, beautiful place. The fact that he puts descriptions. I want to feel the click, not hear the. I want to feel the click, not hear the click. Yeah. If I'm going to be turning a knob and it's going to have clicks, I best not be hearing that. But I do want to feel a good like ratchet effect, you know? Hello, Synthrem. What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You made it. You want a beef stick? I've been fiddling with this beef stick all stream. That. Oh no. That was genuinely not planned. Like, that was genuinely just words that came out of my mouth because I was on autopilot. We're just gonna move forward. Tea and a book says, Dev and campers, it's been so long since I've caught a stream. Welcome. How's it going? Fiddle the beef stick. Look, I'm saving this one for if I get hungry, so I can ram it down my face hole. Yeah, I'll go back to twirling this pen. You should drink some water with that beef stick. I should drink some tea, actually. Keep getting error to making chyrons? Wait, like it's not working? Right after fiddling knobs. First we were fiddling knobs, and then we were fiddling with the beef sticks. It's, you know how it goes sometimes. It just says unknown error. That's got to be a Twitch thing. There's no like talking back to Twitch that can happen on my end. Like, if it's erroring when you're trying to redeem a thing, that's solidly just Twitch breaking. So maybe like refresh and try again. Because all that really happens, the way the Chiron works, which also is built on top of the relay, Twitch sends an event saying, hey, someone redeemed the Chiron, here's the message, and then my Chiron thing says, okay, and goes. There's no like, hey, are you there? Like, there's no check. Twitch is just like, whoa, here's the event. And then it gets handled or it gets ignored. Hey, Twitch borked. Thank you, Franch, for proving me right. I can hydrate. Tea in a Book says, I'm indecisive. Should I make coffee or tea this morning? I mean, your name is Tea in a Book, so coffee. Hello, Informal Goblin. What's up, what's up? His beef stick went limp because he fiddled with it too much. I mean, yeah, because it's got like this weird packaging that's like, it's not very structurally sound, so. Okay. I wanted to do a thing for a little bit on stream today, and now that we've got a decent critical mass here, I want to use your brains. Okay, it's gonna be like a data center, but for brains instead of AI. So we're gonna use your brains. Let me pull up Obsidian. It's been a second since I've had my stream vault open, so let me re-navigate to that. It's been a minute. All right, close that. Bring this up. Okay. Please work. Hello? 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 Okay. We're back. Everybody say hi, Stream Vault. How you doing, Stream Vault? Are you doing good? Actually, I can update a few things. Because I don't need custom frames anymore because we've got the web browser built into Obsidian now, which is wild. Same with surfing. And I do want to install advanced canvas. Okay. And then I want to turn on core plugins, web viewer. Cool. Okay. Okay. This is Obsidian. Yeah, Obsidian is just a note-taking app. And for a while before I did my hiatus, I was using Obsidian essentially just to drive my stream because it's really great for just being like notes. And then also now, especially, I can just be like, hey, oh, wait, let me restart to activate the thing. There we go. Oh, come on now. Okay, so now I should be able to go here and then maybe click that. Nope, still not working. Oh, well. I'll figure it out later. They added a web viewer, but again, I haven't opened Obsidian in forever, so it's probably got to do some updates before I can actually use that. But Obsidian now has a built-in web viewer, so it's in addition to having all of the note functionality that it does, you can also like browse the web from Obsidian, which is cool. You should do a stream showing off more open source stuff you recommend and use. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Nextcloud does have notes, was planning on making a compose file for one. I wouldn't recommend Nextcloud Notes. It's fine, but I much prefer using Obsidian and then syncing to a cloud host like Nextcloud. So here's what I wanted to do. We're gonna go make a canvas. We're gonna call this Proscenium Ideation. So here's what I wanted to do today. Think about stuff for Proscenium. Specifically, I want to think about okay. Here, okay. Proscenium is a TTRPG I am working on. Let's just get that on stream so that people don't have to ask what Proscenium is. But yes, Proscenium is a TTRPG that I've been working on for a while, and I'm getting to the point where I need to really lean in to designing like content, so abilities, like skills and stuff like that. What I want to do today is do a little bit of brainstorming with all y'alls to come up with like concepts in the vein of things that a character in an RPG would learn, right? Like various like skill sets, right? Cybeard Security, what's up? Says, what is Proscenium? Please don't hit me. I will hit you. Aha. Proscenium is a tabletop role-playing game that I have been working on. Let me pull up the website for it. You can go to proscenium.game to learn more. But it is a tabletop role-playing game that's being designed to be as approachable and like easy to learn as possible, while also being flexible and like very capable of running full campaigns. While also I'm building an app to play it for free. So that's the goal, at least. But what I'm working on right now is expanding the like available content for like sort of the first revision. And so what I want to do is come up with just categories of stuff that you would want to, if you were making a role-playing game character, what are things that you would want that character to be good at that are outside the box? So like there's the obvious ones, right? Like martial skills. So like sword, axe, melee weapons, shield, brawling, boring stuff like that. We want to come up with non-martial skill concepts to start thinking about. Okay. So yeah, like we could do, you know, all the different ways, all the different kinds of like weapons and whatnot, but like that is kind of a given. Instead, I want to think about soft skills but like things that a character could have prowess in that would have meaningful impact in collaborative storytelling. So with that said, I'm just gonna start jotting down ideas as I see them, and then we can categorize some stuff. We can flesh out some concepts. So concepts y'all have suggested. I'm seeing cartography, crowd control, alchemy, green thumb, mental manipulation, randomness. I like that. Herbology, like controlling chaos would be cool. Cooking, foraging, building, fishing, reading proficiency, maybe other languages, lumberjack, sneakiness is already covered. I'm gonna, unless there's like a specific kind of sneakiness. Horticulture and agriculture, we've got something kind of like that right now. Let's see. Ooh, writing. Ooh, contract making / like legal work. That's cool. Medicine. Gambling. Oh, so like card counting? That would be cool. Numerism. Politics. Anatomy. Ooh, an anatomy-based class that can do like support, but also, oh, okay. So immediately, this is why I fucking love this shit. Imagine an anatomy-based like skill tree where the skills help you both, like give support, like healing and whatnot, but also like you're sort of a glass cannon. Like you know weak points and you can identify weak points on anything immediately. So it's like you can heal people or do critical damage and basically nothing in between. Like you're not strong enough to just go brawl, but if you can get that one rare shot, then you get like incredible damage output. Con artist, craftsman, astronomy. This is going well, y'all. Fourth wall breakingness. I guess reality shaping. Drunkard / drinking. We've got a lot here. Holy shit. Cooking. I want to burn the party's ration. Yeah, okay. We got cooking. Oh, gunsmith / like advanced weapon making. Time manipulation, knitting / fabrication, camouflage, scent identification. Okay, metalworking, tinkering. Oh, sound manipulation. I do like that. Mental fortitude. All right, I'm gonna take 3 more suggestions and then we're gonna stop there. At most 3, because we got a lot and we can do some cool stuff with this. Knitting, though, also being like proficient in using needles as a weapon. Ooh. Entertainment. We're gonna switch to tavern vibes since we're doing TTRPG stuff. Construction. And attention! Oh,
We are being raided.
we're being raided. Everybody, throw up your fisticuffs. Fight off the raiders with love
Hello.
and welcoming. Hello.
Starling.
Welcome in, Raiders. How is it going? We are coming up with ideas. We're just like spitballing ideas for categories of abilities to build into the tabletop role-playing game that I've been designing. So we're gonna stop it there, and we're gonna start breaking some of these out into like categories, and then come up with like what some stuff could mean from all of them. So let's just like move this out of the way, and we'll shrink this, do some of that. I saw somebody asking if this was Obsidian earlier. Yes, this is the Canvas built-in plugin for Obsidian. Normally Obsidian is just like a note note-taking app, and you can like link to stuff with that, and like you can click on links and it'll bring you to that document, and like, hello, this is a new document. And like the cool stuff is you've got your tabs up here. You can do like split view stuff. You can like make a bunch of layouts. You can link between stuff. You get this like neat graph view that shows you all of your documents and how they're linked to each other, which is neat. But I am using the Canvas plugin for this just because it's good for spatial thinking. Obsidian is fucking rad. What font is that? It is Urbanist. That is the font that I use for basically everything. Is it essentially OneNote? It is different from OneNote, but kind of. It is in the knowledge management space. It is a personal knowledge management app, but it has a lot of cool stuff going for it. I've got 2 full videos on YouTube about it so far. I'm planning to make a 3rd. But the very brief overview is it's really good with data management because all of your data is stored locally on your device as plain text files. So there's no proprietary bullshit. You don't have to log into their stuff to get access to your data. You fully own your data. Which also means that it's offline first, so you have all your data immediately, so you never have to worry about not having internet access, so you can't access things, and also means that files open up immediately. It's just like super fast, super convenient to do a lot of stuff, and it has a massive community of people who are very passionate, who also build tons and tons and tons of plugins to extend its functionality. So you can do all sorts of stuff. Somebody literally built an entire podcast player. Yeah. This is still Obsidian. Someone built an entire podcast app inside of Obsidian where it actually lets you like connect and follow your podcasts, and it has like a little sidebar thing where you can listen to a podcast while you're doing whatever else, and you can even like take notes in time with the podcast and it will timestamp your notes. Like this is just a free plugin for Obsidian. You just hit install and you got it. It's just there. It's crazy. You can do so much stuff with this app. Does it support Emacs? I think there is an Emacs mode. It has a built-in Vim mode. I know you were probably joking, but it does. Okay, so let's come up with some general categories. Let's split these out into their own things. Oh my god, we got a lot of ideas, y'all. We got a lot of ideas. Oh wow, okay. Cartography. Can I do this? Does this work? Oh my god. Okay, that's neat. I didn't know that worked. I can just copy and paste text onto the canvas. I guess I should have known. You can do some cool stuff with Canvas too. Like you can copy and paste websites onto Canvas. Like I can go, let's see. Endeavorance.camp. Yeah, so I can like copy that and then just like, look, it's my website. Just in Obsidian. Just right here, aside next to all the other stuff. all I did was paste the URL into here and it just does the thing. So that's cool. All right, green thumb, mental manipulation, randomness. Okay, you know what? This is gonna take so goddamn long. So we're gonna just do it one by one for now. No, I don't want to connect anything. Does it work on the books? It does. It does. I have a Bluetooth keyboard that I connect to my books tablet, and I put it on like a little stand, and I do some like focused writing that way, which is cool. Can it run Doom? I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. Play Doom and many other retro games in Obsidian. You can also play Prince of Persia, Mortal Kombat, GTA, and Need for Speed. All right, Doom. How do I want to Doom 2. Do I need to like do... All right, I'm getting distracted. I need to not figure out how to play Doom in Obsidian right now. Okay. Let's do that. Let's start making some categories. So crowd control can go there. I feel like mental manipulation can go near crowd control. We'll put, oh, I've got 2 of those. This should be randomness. We'll do for now we'll just count like randomness, cartography, alchemy, and green thumb as like sciences, sort of. If a pregnancy test can run Doom, then I doubt you can find a tech system that can't. That can't. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Well, now cooking and green thumb I think can go into like, yeah, green thumb. Foraging can go there too. Building kind of seems like it can go over here. Maybe cartography goes with building. Fishing. That feels like it goes like here-ish. Just making clusters. Reading proficiency. Let's make a new space over here. Okay. Clear out some of this. Lumberjack. That can go near foraging. Hello. That makes sense. Hello, Aubrey A6. How's it going? Oh, I should get the like prompt. We are coming up with ideas for skill categories in a TTRPG I am designing. Okay. That way people who are coming into the stream aren't going to be like just beyond confused. Which I'm always beyond confused myself. With randomness, it could be like wild magic, but not just magic based. So stuff just happens. I also like the idea of if you can control chaos, then you could control if someone is taking a chance, you could influence it one way or another, in theory. Writing. That should go near reading proficiency. Contract making and legal work also goes there. Medicine. Let's put that near alchemy. Gambling. I don't actually know where this would go. Let's put it with mental manipulation and crowd control right now. What is this track? This is Desert Whispers by Tell Sonic. Desert Whispers. TELLSONIC. Numerism. Put that with crowd control? Politics. That definitely goes in the same space. Anatomy. Goes with alchemy, medicine. Con artist. I feel like that also goes with like the mental manipulation stuff. Craftsman. That can go with building and cartography. Astronomy. Seems like it goes with these like science-y things over here. Reality shaping. Dear God. Let's make a new thing over here. Gotta hop in the shower. Have an awesome day, everyone. Take care and have a good shower, Riskabe. All right, we just did reality shaping, so let's clear out all that. All right, we're getting there. Drunkard/drinking. Feels like it could go with cooking? Yeah, let's just put it up here for now. Advanced weapon making. I feel like that's over here with the craftsman. time manipulation. Let's put that with reality shaping. That's like controlling fundamental forces. Knitting and fabrication. That feels like it goes with the these guys over here. Camouflage. Let's put that with like near like foraging. Scent identification. I feel like that also goes near foraging. Slash like tracking and whatnot. Metalworking. Put that over here with like artisanal skills. Tinkering. Same thing. Sound manipulation. Put that with like reality shaping. And all of this is going to move. I'm just trying to get these out for now. Mental fortitude. Put that with here. Entertainment. Let's put that down here with writing, actually. And then construction. Which I feel like we kind of already have craftsman. But okay. So we now have these like groups and whatnot. Is drunkard supposed to be like alcohol tolerance? If so, I'd put it in endurance/constitution category. Yeah, we can certainly, I think we can recategorize a lot of these. Zimmer Zero, have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your day. Okay, let's make a couple of groups here that seem to make sense, right? And like these will absolutely change. So let's do like these guys. Call this like sciences. Actually, I think randomness should go over here. We'll do sciences. Let's call this like people skills for now. People skills. We'll call this like academic skills. This we can call like fundamental forces. Up here we can do, let's say, craft. What's the word I'm looking for? Crafting? No. Craftsmanship? What word am I looking for? Manufacturing? That's not bad. I feel like fabrication also works. And then here we're looking at, and I feel like drunkard/drinking doesn't really fit. But here we're looking at like natural stuff. Engineering could be, that's a good term. Engineering. I like that. All right, put that there, put that there, put that there. The drunkard one is just kind of by itself. Okay. Do we pick anything related to music making, whether song, performing, instrument playing, or singing? I don't think we have that, actually. I don't think so. I mean, I guess we have entertainment, but could do let's see, performance. Maybe do like drunkard, drinking, performance, public speaking. Maybe like it could be like a skill tree where you get like really good at giving like inspirational speeches and shit. This could be social. Although I guess, this, I guess, crowd control would go into social. Maybe instead of people skills, this can be like conspiring or like manipulation. I'm thinking the difference of like between social and whatever this box is like, this is just like you talk good and are like the life of the party. Whereas this is like you're using your charisma and maybe a bit of magic or something to fuck with people. But I don't know. I'm kind of feeling a little like not great about that. Let's move politics into social. We'll move. I feel like gambling can honestly go into academic, like card counting stuff. So it's all like stats. Mental manipulation, I feel like, can also go here. Numerism would then go into sciences. Con artist would then be social. I don't know where mental fortitude goes at that point then. Trying real hard not to say charisma. Vibe Weaver, either as a skill or category. So, like, a great example of Cowardly Pudding says, I can make an argument for gambling to be social. I'm not good at card counting, but I can read through a poker face. I can do just as well. Interesting. Yeah. If I just change it to gambling, I can put that here. Okay. So, I talked about this last time, but one example of a skill tree that I'm working on right now is the gourmand, or gourmand, where it's essentially, it's not like it's not like, oh, you're the dedicated chef and you cook for your party, which like you can, absolutely, but it's instead stuff about understanding food and the relationship between like food and life. So, for example, like one of the abilities is like detect poison. So let's say you are at a banquet and you are suspicious that someone's trying to take someone out, and you want to either make sure that happens or not. There's a skill that lets you try to detect poison in the food in front of you, and the role that you do for that ability determines whether or not you are obvious in trying to detect the poison. So if you are at the table and, like, you know, the big bad evil guy is directly across from you and you wanted to detect poison in your wine, you could, use that ability. And if you roll well, it could be like, you know, you just sort of like dip your finger in it and feel around, like, does the consistency feel right for what you expect it to be, given the fact that you can smell the grapes and you know maybe the year, you would know, whether or not it has the right consistency or has it been altered. But you could just, play it off as just like you're just twiddling your finger or whatever. But if you fail, it could be that you try to detect the poison and it's very obvious that you're suspicious and now they're on to you. The other thing is building on top of that ability beyond just identifying a poison. There's an ability to neutralize poison, where you've identified poison. Now you can add an ingredient that you know will neutralize that poison. But again, it's a matter of being stealthy. So you actually make the equivalent of a stealth roll to see if you're able to neutralize the poison without being seen. You roll a 1, you drink the entire thing to test if it's poisoned. Huh, I'm dying. Must have been poisoned. Maybe instead of a skill tree, it could be like a 3D web. I don't know if the visual works for you to make 2D resources, but you seemingly know how to tie unrelated skills better with a web. I don't know if that's making sense. So let me show you what the actual skill system looks like currently. And this is, again, this is in design, this is in development, so this may change. But the way that skills work right now is they are mapped into what are called methods. So you'll have methods equals skill tree, kind of, right? And ability equals unlockable skill. So abilities are lumped into methods. And let's say that we've got like method of, I'll just do the one I was using, method of the gourmand. Right? Each method has ranks in them. So you would have some ability, another ability, and a third ability, and a fourth ability, and a big ol' ability. Okay, so we've got all these different abilities, right? They're not going to be connected in a tree like a typical skill tree. Instead, they're going to be categorized into ranks. So the way it works is these three will be like the same rank. So this will be rank 1. Maybe these two are next to each other in rank 2. And then we'll do like, I don't know, make banquet and master chef. I don't know. I just need cards. So this can be rank 3. So now this is a method. You've got 3 ranks of abilities to unlock from, and each ability has a cost to unlock that's usually like 1, 2, or 3 experience points. But you can only unlock an ability that is of a rank that you've reached. So let me rephrase that. You can only unlock an ability if you've unlocked at least one ability from the previous rank. So rank 1, you can unlock any of these abilities. Once you've unlocked a rank 1 ability, you can now unlock rank 2 abilities. Once you've unlocked any rank 2 ability, you can unlock a rank 3 ability. And you can unlock as many abilities from a given rank as you want. The only requirement is to get to the further ranks, you have to have unlocked at least one ability from the previous rank. And so in a given method, instead of having like this whole system, I should say from the outset, should have said this originally, there are no classes. This is a classless system. So you're not going to say, I want to play a bard. You're going to say, I want to play a character who is good at performance and is sneaky and great at manipulating the room. And so you would browse the methods that are available, and they'll be tagged, so you'll be able to find like bard-like methods pretty easily. And you'll see which methods you want to invest your experience in. So you might be a rank 2 gourmand and a rank 3 singer, right? The rank that you've reached in a given method is the descriptor of your character. These are your ranks in these methods, and that's sort of a tell of like what your character is good at. And so there's going to be a whole bunch of methods that have a lot of varying stuff, and you can really pull from more specific individual chunks of abilities to design the exact character that you want, rather than having to start with a concept like, I want to make a paladin, but I want to make all these alterations. Instead, you can say, I want to bring together these concepts and make my unique character. So rank groups unlocked based on previous abilities ranked, not just one ability is another ability's prerequisites. Yes. So it's not like a standard skill tree where it's like this, right? Like here's a normal skill tree where you've got like your base skill that's a requirement for that, and like, this is a requirement for that and that, or something like that. Like it's not going to be like this. I was considering this at first, but one of the reasons I don't want it to be like this is abilities are not confined to their method necessarily. It will almost always be the case that it's one ability is in one method, but I'm designing it to allow for having one ability appear in multiple methods. I'm also designing it for allowing, when you choose your species, you automatically get whatever abilities are built into that species, and those abilities may appear in a method somewhere. And so I don't want to cause absolute chaos by having a tree-based system where a random node might be unlocked versus this like ranked-based system where you can then still go in and go through and progress as normal. So yeah, that's why I wanted to not do a tree. Also, it's just so much more confusing. I think about the horror on people's faces when they first see the skill tree for Path of Exile. Y'all ever seen that? If you haven't played Path of Exile, you've probably still seen the skill tree. Path of Exile skill tree. It is madness. Let me put that up real quick. This is the Path of Exile skill tree. You start. Where do you even start? You start, I think, here. Yeah. You start here. And it just keeps going. I'm pretty sure there's more also. Hello, Gina. Welcome in. Everybody say hi to Gina. How's it going? Gina, we're talking about proscenium, and we're coming up with ideas for stuff, although we're sort of on the tail end of that. But
Hello.
the skill web of that game is its own mini game within a game. Vaden Shadow, thank you for the follow. Yeah, so I wanted to avoid this, which I feel like it would very quickly devolve into. So instead of that, it's all about the rank and ability unlock system. So yeah, we'll see. I think in my experimenting with it so far, it has felt pretty approachable comparatively. But yeah, so cool. I think we've got a pretty good amount of stuff for this. Helps so much. Like the ideation, coming up with all of this, it really, really, really does help. I'm looking forward to making some more progress on a few things, and hopefully in the next, I don't know, I hope few months, I'll be able to get to a place where I can start doing some actual play testing. And I would love to stream some stuff of me like running this game as well. So, is this stream supposed to be real world politics free? Because I want to see if you heard about something related to Path of Exile and politics. No, you can talk about whatever. I just haven't been talking about the world today, is all. I talk about a lot of different stuff on stream. I don't tend to just stick with like news content. Mostly because I don't really see myself as exclusively a news creator. But I don't shy away from talking about that stuff by any means on stream. Anyway, thank you for that, everybody. Thank you for your help with that. That was great. That was super good. Baden Shadow says, how have I not followed you on Twitch before? I don't know. How haven't you? I just know it'll set me on a rant. That's why I asked first. Did you hear about Elon cheating in Path of Exile? Yeah. I mean, that's... Yeah. There's not really much to say about it. Like, for those who haven't heard this story already, Elon Musk essentially paid somebody to account boost an account in Path of Exile 2, or maybe it was just normal Path of Exile. I don't remember which one. He basically paid to get a boosted account in Path of Exile, claimed that he did it, claimed that he was one of the best players in the world, then went on stream to play the game and very clearly showed that he had no idea how to play the game, and then lost the character because it was a hardcore character and he died. Fucking dumb. The dude can't help himself. Like, if he had just said, this game looks really cool, I would love to learn it, y'all want to hop on a stream while I play, he would have gotten so many people supporting him. But instead he was like, hey y'all, I'm amazing and better than you. And then couldn't prove it. If he didn't have so much power, it'd be really funny. Yeah. I did redeem a hydrate. I don't see it. I don't see it in my feed. I might have already done it. I'll do it again though. Ren, your friend, says, hi. First time catching you live. Your content is a breath of fresh air, and I appreciate your existence in this chaotic world. Thank you. Thank you. That's very sweet. That's very, very sweet. I appreciate that. I'm trying very, very hard to foster a space that's not gonna drive people insane. Even if we do talk about difficult stuff sometimes. Like, I just don't think that the right thing to do right now is add to the cacophony of freakouts. Just absolutely nonstop freaking out is all I'm seeing on basically all of my feeds. And like, it's worth it. It's not like the world is not at freak out level. I'm not saying that it's not, but I don't have the energy to be freaking out constantly. And so I just can't do it. It helps to just not talk about serious stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's why, like, when I go on stream, I'll talk about things if there's an important thing to talk about in the world, or if I've got a rant or whatever, I'll do that. But I don't want to make that all I talk about. It's why I only do one Stuff Keeps Happening a week. And honestly, I'm starting to really push up against how much I can cram into one a week. But I really don't want to have to go to 2 a week, because I feel like I already don't have time. But I do think it's important for people to remember that you can step away for bits at a time, and it's going to be okay. And whether or not you're looking isn't going to change the fact that bad shit's going to be happening. Bad shit's going to be happening anyway. And as long as you understand where you are and understand where your values lie, if you're taking a break to be able to take care of your life, that's fine. If you're looking away because you're like, I don't care, that's very different. But if it's like, look, I know these people are fascists. No amount of them doing fascistic stuff is going to change that fact for me. I know that if I keep reading all these headlines, I'm going to be catatonic and won't be able to do anything. So instead, I'm going to take a bit of a step away, give myself a bit more space, and tackle meaningful things in my life that can improve my life and the people around me. That's a big difference. Never let people tell you that you are morally failing for taking a step away from, like, looking at the news or whatever. It's not okay. People really, really go too far with that. With, like, I mean, purity culture in general in leftist spaces, but also blanketly telling people that they must, like, be miserable or otherwise are invalid. It's not okay. I didn't like it when the fighting broke out in Gaza, like around the beginning of Israel's latest stint of genocide. I think it was Under the Desk News, I think, said something along the lines of, like, it's okay to look away. And I know what they meant, and people lost it at them, and it was way too much of an overreaction, because they weren't saying don't, ignore genocide. They were saying, I think they just didn't have a great framing of a very similar thing that I have said before, which is that the human mind, the human brain, has not had time to evolve to a point where it's ready to consume a constant stream of high definition footage of literal war. Like, PTSD is super, super real, and you can get it without having been in a war zone. So don't do that to yourself. Like, you are not a more moral person for subjecting yourself to essentially emotional torture. That is a very different thing from you should ignore the genocide. That's a very different thing. You do not need to watch the footage to feel passionate that this is unacceptable and to make change. Not a prerequisite. And people who think that, it's like, I feel like you should talk to a professional, because if you lack the capacity to internalize that a situation is desperate, unless you are physically emotionally hurt by it directly, that's a problem. That is a problem. Self-care has to come first at all times. Yes. To a degree, yes. Self-care is important to be able to do the things that need to be done, but frequently self-care needs to be put aside to do the things that need to be done. But that's what self-care is for, to give yourself the space to be able to do things that are uncomfortable. So, unfortunately, in life, we do have to do things that are uncomfortable and not great every once in a while, and not doing those things in the name of self-care is also dangerous. Removing most of my social apps from my phone with self-care. Yeah, like you really don't need to be as tapped in as people want to push you to think that you need to be. Like I do this as a job, and so I constantly am scrolling through news feeds and whatnot, and it does fuck with me. It's a big reason as to why I had a bit of a mental breakdown last year. Not the main reason, but it contributed quite a bit. You'll just drive yourself up the wall. And it's not healthy for you, and it's not healthy for anyone. And it's not healthy for the broader just discussion as well. TikTok got so toxic right before the election because people just got... They were losing their minds over, like, purity tests and, you know, trying to out everyone as secretly a Fed, and everyone, you know, knives to each other's throats about which third-party candidate with a 0% chance of winning should we support, while like anyone who even remotely says like, hey, don't vote for a third-party candidate because we live in America and that is a waste. And that made people really upset, and then people were like, saying that means that you're privileged, blah 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 blah. Voting doesn't matter. It was so bad. It got so bad. I don't understand how people have gotten so whacked out about voting. It is not a big deal. Like, voting is not this virtuous, massive act of defiance that locks you in for eternity into a set of morals that you'll be judged by. You live in America. Your taxes already go to genocide. You're voting for what degree of genocide you want to fund. I'm gonna vote for hopefully funding a little bit less, but like, it's literally just checking the box of which of the two options is less immediately catastrophic to your goals. And that's it. It has no moral, there is like very little moral gain in voting, period. You can't really have a moral victory in voting. But the main thing is the third-party candidate stuff. Like, people who don't understand U.S. civics being mad when they're told that a third-party candidate in the U.S. for presidency does not have a chance in modern society, and then getting all upset about that as if there's no other election happening in which a third-party candidate could potentially run, right? And it tells you that these people are just like, they heard of a third-party candidate. They thought like, oh, I have an option besides the two, and I can just opt out, basically. Well, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to latch onto this and put no further thought into it. And then they're told that's not a very good excuse. And they're like, rah! But yeah, like, this is not an original thought, but, you know, if a third party wants to truly have a shot at the presidency, they got to be doing stuff outside of the election cycle. You don't use the election cycle to drum up support. That's not how that works. You need to have an established, distributed party. You don't just roll up and be like, hey guys, vote for me instead. It's not going to happen. I also think it was a very good thing to point to, a very good example of TikTok being a hell of an echo chamber system. Like, a lot of people being like, there's so much momentum for RFK, or, you know, these other three third-party candidates that people keep like arguing who we should vote for, and like, I'm doing this, like, we can all do it. We you know, everybody just like do whatever. There's a lot of people on TikTok who think that organizing in TikTok comments is possible, and who think that ideas that start with the phrase "everyone should just" are possible. And then third-party candidates didn't even get like a single combined percentage of the vote. just as literally everyone said. Like, everyone who has lived through more than one election knows that it's not going to happen. Knows that that's how it's going to go. That's all they're saying. Is like, don't waste your fucking energy on that. No one, not a single fucking person. I have never heard someone say, I don't want more than 2 parties. Like, someone saying don't vote third party is not saying I don't want a third party. Of course, everyone wants more options that are more aligned with their values. They're just not possible right now. I do kind of wish we had a fucking parliamentary system or something. I know it's not much better, but better than what we have. Imagine if our politicians had to actually form a government, as opposed to just gerrymander until they get enough votes to then be in their position forever and not have to worry about falling apart. Like, in parliamentary systems, elected officials who have been there for a long time can still fucking lose everything because their party is in disarray and they can't form a coalition. Whereas, like, in our situation, if your party is the minority, you can still kick and scream and cause a lot of problems, unless you're the Democrats, in which case you do whatever the fuck it is they're doing right now. Kryptonite says, yeah, I've been in some regular dialogue with folks who were so deep in the echo chambers they fell into conspiracy rabbit holes because they believed everyone was voting one way or another. Oh, God, yeah. People just don't understand. TikTok does not have as much cultural influence as people think it does because TikTok is a very good echo chamber generation device. And there's a lot of them. It makes a lot of small pockets that people get filtered into. And then you just see that same pocket. And you think that that's what everyone's experience on TikTok is. And so you are seeing the same things over and over again. But that's not what everybody else is seeing over and over again. So everybody else thinks that the entire world is agreeing with them. And that's how you get this delusion that TikTok comments are reality. Democrats paid to lose. Democrats asked me to pay them to lose a lot. God damn it, I'm so fucking tired of getting fundraising emails. I better not get a single one. But speaking of what the fuck are the Democrats doing, do y'all see Chuck Schumer doing his little chant? Let me see if I can pull that up. Can we get that up? Can somebody in the studio pull that up real quick? Let's see, youtube.com. Chuck Schumer. If you want to see where the Democrats are at right now, this is where the Democrats are at right now.
I'm going to stand with you in this fight, and we will win. 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 We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Leader Schumer.
So, you know, I don't know. I don't know if that's it, my guy. I don't know if that's the level of energy that we need right now, but it's what we've got. That is the only, we just saw, that was the de facto head of the opposition party right now. So, embarrassingly bad. Just embarrassingly bad. In the UK, we do have some options for third parties in some places for our members in parliament, but for prime minister, it's really only one of the two. Yeah, like, it's not a perfect system. Parliamentary systems are, like, not perfect, but it's literally better than what we have now. Like, what America has is just first past the post gets the entire thing. And in the case of, like, right now, one party owns all of our government. And the opposition party is too focused on decorum to actually fight on behalf of their constituents. So they've essentially thrown their hands up in the air. Quite literally, that same guy was like, what can we possibly do? Like the head of the Democrat Party, the leader of the Democrats in the Senate was like, what can we do? Meanwhile, Republicans have been just like fucking up this country as the minority party for every single time there's been a Dem in office in my entire life. So I don't know. Maybe punch one of them in the teeth. Maybe. You know? Start putting like cocaine in their coffee and then get them caught on drug tests and shit. You don't even need to do that. They're all taking cocaine anyway. Trump's gonna lock up AOC? I wouldn't put it past him. It's so Jover. It is truly Jover. It is absolutely, absolutely Jover. Violence sounds good. Have you tried violence? Yeah, like, honestly, Democrats don't get to walk around talking about how Trump is a fundamental threat to our, like, existence, and then talk about how, like, you know, very correctly so, he's a fundamental threat to humanity because he is setting us back on climate change, and then talk about how they're doing all this illegal stuff. This is all not allowed, and they're all infringing on all of our rights. And then they're like, but we can't do anything. Our hands are tied. Well, I guess we'll all just fucking die then. What? Like, hey y'all, Thanos is coming. Oh, but he can't do that. It's not okay to kill half of the universe. Oops. Like, what? Growing up is realizing how many people are sniffing that powder. It's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. But I truly, like, honest to God, and like, I don't know if this is a dangerous thing to say online, but honestly, from the perspective of being practical, quite literally, at what point does it come to the point that violence does need to happen in the Capitol? I don't know if it would be from a senator or congressperson or whatever, but like, even as simple as we're being blocked entry to this building, fucking huck a brick through it then and walk through. Huck a brick through the glass. Are you really going to tell me that you, one of the highest ranked people in the entire country, are going to let someone else who you have authority over tell you that you can't enter a public building that you oversee? And the most you'll do is look at them a little mean, maybe? You're not gonna put your hands on them and just physically fucking move them out of the way? Like, what are you gonna do? Get charged with battery and assault? Oh no. How will you ever recover, Senator? I guess you'll just have to have one fewer book deal, and your speaking engagements will be priced at 300 grand for an hour as opposed to 400 grand for an hour. Oh no. Hello, Dusty. What's going on? Real Christianity says sometimes violence is necessary. It should not be the first option, of course, but still, of course, yeah. Like, it's the whole talk quietly and carry a big stick. Like, that's what we do. Is you try your best to be diplomatic, and when people aren't functioning, there's only one further option. Like, any politician who says that there is no place for violence in America is fucking absurd, because that's how America was founded, was on genocide. But also, all the things that we point to as victories in our nation have been based on violence. Killing all the fucking Nazis, for one, which we didn't quite do a fully great job on that, but actually, you know, just making progress in the world in the face of immovable evil, right? Like, if people are going to stand there, cross their arms, and refuse to comply with any kind of reasonable society, right? If you're going to be antisocial, if you're going to be a wrench in the cogs of a functioning world, and there's nothing that anyone can do to change your mind about it, and you're causing problems, yeah, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get punched in the teeth. And I think that's okay. I don't think that violence is unilaterally unacceptable. I don't know, like, that notion is fucking stupid. I'm not wishing violence on me, but also in my day-to-day life as a well-adjusted person, mostly, I know to navigate situations in such a way that they don't invoke violence. I avoid violence by avoiding violence. Like, I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying that to consider it as an unacceptable thing at all times is to ignore reality and to ignore the entirety of history and a lot of the great strides we made in history by removing people who were deeply, deeply problematic and had no intention of changing their ways. I avoid violence as the man who hit me earlier. Technically, I hit my microphone. So, do very sick and not feeling good. I'm very sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon. I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, I hate all that, but also recall that violence is not always physical violence. So, like, I think it's fair to call for example, economic violence, right? Like, economic violence, which is essentially a strike, like using your autonomy to inflict financial pain on systems, is a very valid way to flex your power. And, like, yeah, that's what unions are supposed to do. And unions are kind of busted in America, but that is a valid form of violence. And also is what I think most of if there's going to be a quote unquote violent revolution in America, I think the vast majority of the violence is going to be economic violence. I can see a world in which, given that, like, Trump is doing all this shit to roll back workers' protections, workers' rights, unions' power, people's like legal right to organize, like, he's trying to roll all of that back. I could see a world where the big unions step up and do a joint general strike. Which, again, general strikes happen when a bunch of actually established and well-financed unions coordinate. General strikes don't happen from people in TikTok comments telling each other that, hey, we're all gonna not buy some product on this day. That is not a general strike. That does not work. A general strike is when existing mutual aid systems kick into gear and help large chunks of the economy go dark until their demands are met. And yeah, like, if the Teamsters and, like, the dock workers and whatnot and the auto workers, if just those three unions decided to say, like, even if they just threatened to all strike simultaneously, my God, can you imagine what would happen? Like, of course, all the Republicans would start being like, oh, these are terrorists. They're holding the economy hostage and making political demands. That makes them terrorists, and we don't negotiate with terrorists. The reality is they are workers demanding pay, which they have every right to do. I violently stopped paying for Starbucks coffee. I love that Starbucks still has comments turned off on their ads on TikTok. They still have comments turned off. Helping undocumented people avoid ICE is something that you can do that may be considered violence. Yes, absolutely. And the border czar is very upset that people keep sharing information about your rights as it comes to law enforcement and ICE. So if you want to upset them, inform people of their rights, which apparently makes the government upset. Hello, Pyroexeme. Quentin Gale says, I work for UPS loading the trucks. I think UPS is looking to cheat their way out of the union contract, knowing the government is anti-union. There's probably going to be a lot of that. A lot of these companies are just immediately changing their vibe, at least externally, to lost my train of thought in the middle of talking. They're all changing their vibe to pander to Trump. So that's why we're seeing all these companies, like, drop their DEI initiatives and, you know, do whatever, just, like, stop working with unions. Hell, Trump recently made an executive order and about, like, basically weakening unions. And right afterwards, Amazon was like, great, our our employees at this one location just voted to unionize, and now with this change, we're just gonna not acknowledge it. I believe it was just like companies won't get in trouble for not acknowledging unions, which is fucking crazy. I don't remember the exact thing, but yeah. Informal Goblin says, what happened to Starbucks? They are, well, 1, union busters, 2, pro-Israel. The teachers union is about to have a massive fight on their hands. Teachers unions are do not piss off the teachers union. You need them. Cutting our hours while hiring new people. We are legit training our own scabs. God damn. I highly recommend just casually reading about labor, like significant moments in labor history. Just like go on Wikipedia and just search for like historic strikes and read about what actually went down. The shit of like having the National Guard roll in. Like the National Guard would roll up and actively be in firefights with employees of like a steel factory. People would die by the dozens just to try to get a living wage or weekends. And I'm not saying like, oh, y'all are weak and need to be ready to die, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is like, this has been the case. This is what happens in a society that is structured this way. And it truly takes that degree of engagement for change to happen, which is why the notion of like violence is never the answer is absurd, because violence has been the thing that's gotten us the vast majority of the things that make us more comfortable in this life. Or rather, at least the threat of violence. I got people sick through 5G towers. That's unfortunate. That's not even a good way to do it, because 5G doesn't have particularly long range. Gosh. That Jester Olive says, hello, I woke up on schedule, but stuff still happened. A great stream was live, I had to watch. Well, thank you. We only got the 5-day work week because of riots? Yeah. Yeah. We have a long history of sending in law enforcement and the army, or National Guard at least, to break up strikes and protect capital interests. Not people, capital, which is, we know this. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we have a system that's just like, let's reward the greediest possible motherfuckers. And then they can influence our laws that further reward them. We're not quite breaking major new ground here, but it is what it is. Dusty says we need a 4-day work week, to which Nerve Spicy Dumpster Fire says I don't want to work 10-hour days. We need a 0-day work week. I agree. We need a 4-day work week with 8-hour days and full pay. We don't need a 4-day work week with 10-hour days. We need a 4-day work week with the existing day lengths and existing pay, which has already been tested in other places and is proven to be very beneficial. I hate the idea that the notion that a 4-day work week means that you work the same amount of time in the week. I fucking hate that. Like, that is the sneakiest shit imaginable. The discussion about a 4-day work week starts. Nowhere in this discussion was working longer hours to maintain a 40-hour work week specifically. The whole point of a 4-day work week is to reduce the load on people, because it's insane that we're all working 40 plus hours a week, sometimes 60, 70, 80, 100 hours a week, just to barely survive in an era where we're supposed to have more wealth and more comfort than ever before in human history. And more efficiency, mind you. We are so much more efficient than ever before. Why are we still working the exact same amount and working ourselves to the bone? So the notion that then someone sneaks in and is like, yeah, 4-day work week, 10 hours a day. Like, no, where did that come from? No, we're talking about a reduction in the duration that we have to work while maintaining our pay so that our lives can improve, not just shifting where the pain is. the notion that things can just never get better is one that I just cannot get behind. The people who are like, welcome to the real world, whenever there's like a layoff that happens and anyone expresses condolences about the layoffs. We don't want people to be miserable. The goal is for things to get better. Is that not the entire point? I can hydrate. But if you aren't working 40 hours or more, you aren't really working, says every company in the US. I get people who imply that doing like content creation or whatever is not a real job, which in 2025, come on. But they still try to maintain that concept. And it's like, you have truly no idea how much work I do on any given day. I guarantee you I work more hours a week than you do. And it's not even going to be fucking close. But that's also not a flex, because the number of hours that you work is not something to be proud of. It is just a fact of whatever you do. I'm happy about how much I work because I like what I'm doing. But the notion that it's not hard and it's not work is insane. It's also not even, it's intentionally malicious. It's not like it's a serious position that anybody holds. They're just intentionally being a dick. A place in Florida is using a robot to build new houses. And while yes, cool and all, I think it's one of the blue collar people who will, I think of the blue collar people who will lose their jobs and how homelessness is essentially illegal here. Yeah, if we automate all the jobs away, that's not okay. So we do want UBI and we do want homelessness to not be illegal and also not be a thing. I would point out that there's still jobs in 3D printed housing. There's, the people who have to actually oversee the stuff. There's people who have to still make the designs. People who have to do the actual like finishing. It's not like it prints all the wiring and pipes and whatnot. So you still have electricians. You still have to install windows. You still have to install plumbing. You still have to do all that stuff. So yes, it has an impact on the construction market. I think the much more significant impact on the construction market would be stuff like the tariffs that the current administration are putting into effect, increasing the price of raw materials by like 25%, which is crazy. So I think that's a much more pressing and direct issue. I think something like fabricated housing or like robotic built housing or 3D printed housing, whatever you want to call it, that's going to be a gradient, right? Like that's not ready for total prime time, and it's going to take some time to get there. And the like job market will adjust as needed while that's happening. But external influences to an entire economy puts people out of jobs. That causes mass layoffs. That causes the beginning of like that sort of like flywheel effect of people are out on the street and then they can't afford things, so then they can't get a job because they can't afford to have the stability to get the job, and so on and so forth. And then it just screws everybody over. So I don't know. Everything is a give and a take. Eagerly await the loss of grind culture. My goodness, I agree. I have never been all about that grind, and I never want to hear about that grind from anyone who is all about that grind, because we have nothing in common. The amount of people who have called me a parasite to my face because I'm disabled is crazy. Online, the right will just tell the disabled should just die. Are you saying... Wait, I think I might have missed. Oh, okay, yeah, they're saying if you can't work... Yeah, the rhetoric that if you can't work, then you are a parasite is fucking disgusting. And again, the concept of disability is an inherent construct of capitalism, not a function of humanity. I want to say that one more time. Disability is a construct of capitalism, not a function of humanity. Being disabled means that you can't do a job in capitalism to the degree that they want you fucking to. And that's not an acceptable way to categorize people. Because we fucking made that up. We made this whole thing up. To then say, cool, we made this up. Now we get to label an entire category of people who are struggling already as unacceptable and like stigmatize their existence. Eugenics rebranded. Exactly what Quentin just said. It's still just eugenics. It's still white supremacy. It's all the same shit. This notion that we must work towards the ideal human, which of course for some reason is a white man.
Father Hell!
Specifically. And as Inky said, accessibility helps everyone. Absolutely. Accessibility is table stakes and is helpful to everyone. The notion that you need to be working constantly to be a valuable member of society is insane.
Hello.
And not how humans were built to function. Like we are tribal creatures. We don't have a long storied history of not taking care of each other. Like the whole point is that we all put in the effort to help each other out. The people who are, I don't know if this is a bad way to say this or whatever. Eat the fat right, I guess. I assume that was a typo. Oh, very good. Oh, very good. Yeah, in like a tribal situation, right? Like in a community, there's the people who are like able-bodied, and I hope that that's not an offensive term. I don't actually know, but the people who are physically able to go out and hunt, go out and hunt. The people who are not, stay back and do other things, or watch over stuff, or tell stories and entertain people, or do whatever, or just exist and heal. I think about this all the goddamn time. Think about being sick or injured like several hundred years ago. If you didn't just fucking die, you would have to basically just chill before you could get back to doing things. Right? Like they didn't send you out into the field to continue pushing the plow when your leg was broken. You healed. And other people picked up the slack. The community readjusted. And that's just how humanity does. And that's the point. That's why we have the redundancy. It's why we built social structures. And it's why our brains are wired the way they are to support social integration. It's so that we help each other. It's so that we can maintain a society. So this notion that there exist people who are not a part of society because of whatever disability is just gross. Anyway, I think with that, I'm going to go eat food. I'm going to go eat food at myself and work on some stuff. So, I guess what I'm trying to say here is I'm going to close the stream. I know that the title of the stream says I might do some gaming later, but I am very hungry. So, I'm going to go get some food. I wish I could show the good boy, but he is not here right now. There's no dog today because I've got a lot of like stuff everywhere on the ground that he could very easily ingest, and I don't want him to do that. So, no doggo today. I'm very, very sorry. As a reminder, I stream every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 10 a.m. I might revise that start time. I'm not sure. I might push it back a little bit because I know that 10 is a little early for other people, especially on the West Coast. But currently, Tuesday, Thursday, 10 a.m., and then also randomly whenever I kind of feel like it. Thank you, Lax Bloodstone and the Ray Wilds and Torby and Vaden Shadow, all of you for the follows. Thank you so much. Be sure that you are following my YouTube if you're not there already. That is where I'm putting the most of my focus right now. And then, of course, my Discord has a whole bunch of bells and whistles, and I highly recommend you check that out. Hopefully, I will have more interesting stuff to share on my stream next time with regards to everything I talked about earlier, but yeah. I think...
What? Wait. Look who just subscribed.
Quentin, thank you for the sub. Right before I go dark. I appreciate it. Let's see. I think,
Praise!
Lunar Harpy is live? Lunar Harpy is live. Perfect. I'm going to leave you in the very capable hands of Lunar Harpy. Our raid chant is going to be, I need you all to yell Solar Harpy when we get there, okay? Everybody yell Solar Harpy in chat when we do this. So we're gonna raid Lunar Harpy. And solar, not soar, solar. All right. Here we go. Thank you all for hanging out. I will see you whenever I see you next. But I'm going to eat some food. Take care. Be well. Let's raid. And 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
It's lovely.